It is like so freaking beautiful today. I really wish we didn't have to stop, get out, just to take these off in storm.
Yeah, it is kind of a pain in the butt.
I don't like these at all.
You don't actually have to get out.
I mean, technically not.
I mean, if we just kind of...
Hold up, you hold that.
You want me to...
Well. That works too?
That works.
Run it over.
Remember that whole thing where I said you have to throw them? You didn't throw it? You didn't throw it at all.
I feel it's heavier than I was expecting it to be. It's heavy. So look, isn't that so much better? What's up, Lite Nation?
Hi, Lite Nation.
So we are officially in Salt Lake, beautiful city, Utah, where it is actually really gorgeous today. It did snow last night. It's a little chilly, but it is blue skies. The mountains are snow-capped and absolutely breathtaking. And we are here at Northridge 4x4 in Salt Lake City, Utah for stage 2.5 of the Gladiator Giveaway build. The foster child is about to get a whole bunch of awesomeness added to her beautiful self.
Yeah.
You see all that? You see all that wonderful goodness? All that wonderful goodness.
That's all yours.
That's all yours.
That's all yours.
Well,
that's all the foster
the
child.
foster child's, which is one of yours.
One of yours. That's gonna be one of yours.
Okay, so a couple of spoiler alerts, of course, but guys, we have a ton of rad stuff planned for the Gladiator over the next couple of days. And first things first, of course, you might have guessed it, is a Bestop Sunrider, which most of you should know by this point is my favorite modification we've ever made on the Stepchild. I absolutely love it. We travel all over the nation, and so often we get into these places that are so beautiful, the weather is so nice, and it's absolutely incredible just to be able to have that open air feel within like 10 seconds. I love it so much. So of course it's going on the foster child. Now, with that being said, keep in mind that this bad boy right here is actually the same exact Sunrider that can fit on a JL. This bad boy can also fit on a JT. They're interchangeable, believe it or not, which is pretty freaking cool.
So now, while some states are worried about paper straws, Jeep's over here like... Hold on. Hold.
How much extra did they need to pay for this?
Wait.
Oh, it's in more bags. Why wouldn't you just need this? It'd be so funny if it was wrapped in another plastic.
But...
Jeep, come on now.
Come on, guys. Just to let you know, it says this bag is not a toy. Please dispose of properly to avoid danger of suffocation. So, like, they don't want you doing stuff like...
This is why we don't have children, you guys. I have one already. What are you doing? Get out of here. Okay.
Look, there's little holes.
Oh, there's really guys, so what's extra cool about this is probably one of the easiest installs you can ever have on your Jeep. And this is all you need. Literally the toolkit that comes with your Jeep from the factory. All you need is a T40 Torx driver. That's it. And although we've technically installed one of these before, we're gonna go over it briefly one more time for those of you who have followed us just recently. Look, T40 Torx driver and safety glasses. We're gonna skip the safety glasses part because we're rebels, and it only takes about 30 minutes. Look, skill level, super duper easy. Let's do it.
First thing, your rail. All you gotta do is look at it. It says Bestop. You wanna be able to make sure you read it when you're looking at the vehicle. So this is gonna be your driver's side because it's gonna be like that. It literally just comes and sits right up. Now you have this little piece of foam here. You wanna make sure that it's gonna sit inside this piece of rubber. That's literally gonna just sit right in there like that.
That's gonna keep everything from possibly leaking or draining, and same thing on this side.
Same thing on this side. So this side kind of just sits
really nicely in there.
Really easily, nicely right there. This side fits in right there.
Basically,
just like
you just want to make sure that they don't get folded or, you know, all weird or something when you're putting it down. You want to make sure this is flat to keep all your rain out. And
then you just take your long bolt and just shove your long bolt in there and
shove your bolt in the hole.
Now we are going to cheat. We're going to use a little bit of power tools here instead of the by hand method, but so
we're not gonna
tighten it. Just gonna go almost snug, not quite snug.
So originally when we installed our Sunrider, we actually put everything together on the ground, and then we lifted the whole thing up on and we attached it to the vehicle. You might notice it's a little bit different now. We're actually installing it bit by bit, which makes the next part a little bit easier because it was the most difficult part of the previous install in general.
There you go.
So at this point,
take your strong hand.
we're gonna take our strong hand. This is my left hand, my weak hand. It's definitely not my strong hand. And we're actually going to rest the Sunrider part on the sliders, the door sliders themselves. And from there, we can tackle the Z-clip, which was the biggest PITA on the previous install.
This is the Z-clip, this little guy right here, and then that's the hole that it goes into.
Wait, let me see.
That
guy right there.
So let's see if I can do this.
This is hard to film with your fat fingers in the way.
Done.
Oh, dang it. So it literally just goes into the hole. Look, that was way easier than it was last time. So actually installing the Z-clip into the hole was the one thing we didn't really show on our install video the last time, and we got like torn apart for it because people were like, that's the hardest part and you didn't show how you did it. So we're making sure we're showing it this time.
So before people said you had to have pliers and do all this and that and the other, I mean, I'm just kind of into the hole. There we go.
And then that is, yeah. That's it. That's it, man. That's it. C-clips in the hole. We're almost done. So this is actually one of the reasons that I really love Bestop, because they are actually one of those companies that listen to people. When they have an issue or something's really difficult or it doesn't work quite right, they engineer it and they fix it, which is pretty rad. Not a lot of companies listen to their customers when something isn't quite right. And Bestop is one of those that do.
So now all that's left are your bolts.
Okay, so now that we have the beautiful Sunrider in place, we have a couple more goodies that we're gonna do today before we call it a day. And one of those is gonna be a pretty big one. It's in that big box right there. Actually, it's in that box, that box, that box, and that box. And then there's another box behind that box, that box. So these are the Rock Slide Engineering power side steps for the Gladiator, which everyone and their grandmother has told us we need, probably because it provides a power side step. Now, what's super awesome about these is they can come with these skid plates right here. Now, the side steps themselves are only good for up to mild or moderate trails because they can get damaged, but you can jump up to a trail that's either rated a 5 or above, such as the Rubicon Trail, if you add the skid plates, which are a 3/16 inch steel. So, of course, we got the skid plates because we want you guys to be able to thoroughly enjoy your Gladiator. Now, in addition to this, I wanted to point out that we get asked all the time where Kevin and I got the mounting strap on the back of the stepchild that holds our roto packs. They came from Northridge 4x4 and they are made by Rockslide Engineering. So hopefully that answers that question, and hopefully we don't get it anymore.
We literally, I probably have 3 to 4
Almost
people
daily.
a day ask me where we got the spare tire mount for our
Northridge
roto packs.
4x4, our discount code I believe actually works on it, Brite, for up to 20% off your order at Northridge 4x4, and it's made by Rockslide Engineering. Anyways, side steps, we're adding them on so that you guys can enjoy the trails with hopefully your friends or your family, not complaining about having to get into, the Jeep, assuming of course you have friends or family.
Well, or if you're short and fat like me and old, it makes it easier to get in and out of. The stepchild,
Just on your own.
Yeah, the stepchild, I struggle a little bit. I've got to really, if that handle ever breaks or I slip, it's going to be a bad day. So we don't want that for whoever wins this. So we went with the one and only Rockslide Engineering Power Side Steps.
All right, so at this point, we're actually attaching the skid plate to the steps themselves before we slide everything on. Once we get it on, so we noticed you have this dude out on the sliders and you have them on the skid as well. So we do actually, yep, there you go. So we actually have to take this guy off so that it fits a little more flushly to it. These 2 bolts right here have to be removed. A lot of people forget this stuff, and then they're confused why the slider doesn't fit properly or sit properly up against the railing there, right?
That's right. And then the very last step in the process is actually going to be to put them back in through the RC step.
As that slides on, you can really see what that is for right there. So at this point, all we've really got left are the bolts. And then from there, we do have to wire up the power steps themselves and this right here, which is the LED light kit. So when the power steps drop down, you have a light that shines on them so you don't break your ankle or your foot trying to climb in the darkness. Another thing that's super cool about these steps is there is no cutting and no drilling involved in the installation. It makes it super easy because they're totally bolt on. So now you do have to rivet in these sides here. They're actually not bolted in, they provide rivets for you, which are these little guys.
We've kind of found that if you try to use a little hammer like this and tap these in, it'll actually mushroom the rivet and it won't seat down all the way. So it's best to go for your big guy. Just give them a couple good solid hits and they tend to sink down nicely.
Look at that. It says a no tool required.
Well, you need a hammer.
Well,
No
rivet gun required. Ta-da! Oh, I echoed. That's gonna sound cool. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and let Andy take care of all of the wiring. A, because I don't like wiring very much. B, because he'll get it done a lot faster if I'm not interrupting him. And C, that means...
work on your own Jeep.
And C, that means that we'll get to the final ta-da a whole heckin' lot quicker. Kevin, will you do the honors?
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
And then,
Look, Kevin, you have your own personal step stool. Oh my gosh.
oh, it's grippy.
Yeah, it's grippy.
It's grippy. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was grippy.
Look, now it's dirty.
That's so much better.
Boop. Look at you.
That's so much better. Look.
Are you so excited right now?
Yeah, look at this.
So it's really cool. I never really understood how these worked. So Andy installed this little sensor that goes right here and a little magnet that goes right here. So it actually senses when the door shuts. 2 seconds, pew, and it goes up, which is pretty dope. And you might have noticed there's lights that come automatically on when you open it. And those guys are right there and right there. And those are actually plug and play to a harness that sits behind the whole thing. So those are super easy to install as well.
And there is a little, see that little red lit up?
Switch.
Boop. It's off now. Guess what that means?
What does that mean, Kevin?
That means, see?
They don't do anything.
So if you need to get in there and clean, lubricate, whatever you got to do, you do it. And then you can get in here. And one other cool thing is, let's go ahead and turn that baby back on. And then, and shut it off.
Re-isolate
Because
it.
now we're going rock crawling and we don't want to open our door and get out.
And have those hit a rock and get banged up, and then they don't open. So basically this is your isolation switch. So you can turn on and off the sliders. That way they don't come out or up when you need to clean them or when you don't want them to come out. However, if we shut the door, and Kevin, will you open the door?
You sure?
Not really, not 100%. I'm just going off of what
You
I've
sure?
been told. No,
You sure?
not certain.
You sure? How sure?
Not
You
very.
sure?
This is all off of word of mouth. Oh, look, they stop when they do hit something. So there is that. So if you have a child that you almost ran over and you came to stop and you open the door really quickly to check on the child, your slider isn't going to squish them either. I don't know why that's the first
You
thing
mean
that
like you ran
came
over
to
the?
mind.
You mean like you ran over the?
Oh, like I
frickin'
ran
topper?
over the-
Well, you made me run over the top earlier. Yeah. That thing.
Just like that. I totally forgot we did that before. All right, let's do it one more time in slow motion. All right, you guys, and that is all that we have for day 1 of phase 2.5 for the Gladiator build.
Day 1 of 3.
Day 1 of 3, so it's
Yeah.
technically phase 2.5.1. But don't worry, for any of you who actually want to know how to fully install the rock slider slide steps,
There's a whole booklet.
there's a whole booklet that tells you with pretty colored photos.
And as she said, so there's no cutting, there's no drilling. It's literally a bolt-on affair.
It's even the lights are plug and play. It's super
Everything.
duper easy.
It was actually really. I mean, I didn't do it, but I watched it from. I supervised. I'm good at supervising, but he went right through it. I mean, it didn't take very long, and
Installation
I
instructions.
didn't hear him cuss once, so that's how you know.
That's how you know it's going well.
Yeah.
Guys, we love you so much. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all your Lite Brite Nation merch at LiteBriteStudios.com. All of your Lite Brite Nation decals at PixelDecals.com.
Don't forget, this thing is being given away.
E3offroad.com. You gotta be a member. Whether it's a free member or a paid member, it doesn't matter. You all get entries in
Right.
some way, shape, or form.
So, and for our E3 members who are already paid members, just make sure you keep looking at your emails because we're always giving away tons of free product, huge discounts that we get through partners. Yes, especially stuff that we put on the Gladiator, then big discounts come your way on those parts.
Guys, we love you, and we will see you next time. I don't think that's gonna work the way you think it's gonna work.
So I worked out this morning, my first day working out. You don't think I can do it? You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God, Kevin.
All right, hold on. Let's try that again.
Robert, you want me to hold? Here, I'll cheat. This is I'll cheat. I'm so strong. I'm so proud of you right now.